What up, tubers? Welcome back to another draft here on Arena. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to check out cardkingdom.com/Numot for all your Magic card needs. Some more Modern Horizon 3 draft as we not dump into the fray, maybe both. We've opened my favorite card probably from the format in the set, anyways. Pick one, pack one, Chthonian Nightmare. What a lovely card. Super fun. Still have not gotten to live the Emrakul dream, but maybe we can do that once before I get tired of the format. What are we passing otherwise? Angels, D's, Consign, Ral, Discharge. Very, very nice first pick, though. This is splashable, but generally you want to have more black sources in your deck than not, right? Because if you're splashing this off of like a swamp or maybe two swamps, you don't really get to do the Nightmare thing. If you have, multiple or a lot of black sources in your deck, you can Nightmare multiple times. So that's where it really gets good. Nightmare with Marauder is fantastic if we want to take that second pick. Evangel's decent, Disciple's good, Transformer is fine, Oozewag. If this is pick one, pack one, I actually think the Marauder is pretty comparable to everything else in the pack anyways. I've come way up on this card as power level of a black common. So I don't mind taking that with Nightmare since it's already so good with the Nightmare. Let's do that. Seven's Reclamation's pretty good too. Haven't actually played with that one yet in draft, but this one is an old school card. Well, old school from some Commander format anyways, but it's been around for a while, let's put it that way. Quest for the Necropolis, also pretty good. This can hit your opponent's graveyard. I think a lot of people forget about that. It's easy to turn this into like a, 1 or 2 mana ability with enough landfall. There are enough landscapes and even fetches in the format. Though I do think the best card in this pack is probably the Waste Escape Battle Mage. As this is still third pick, I'm probably supposed to take the Battle Mage here. The only thing about this card is that you generally want to be playing both green and blue if possible. But that's fine. As much as I enjoy a Nightmare, I'm not going to try to force it if it's not available. Okay, Deep Analysis. Best card in this pack. I am really not a huge fan of Lethal Throwdown. I mean, if you have ways to make some, tokens, germs, or scions or otherwise, sure, but this one has been kind of a letdown more than a throwdown. Ha ha ha. Yeah, Analysis just good. If we end up in like a blue-black draw card deck, then that'll be great. Another pretty mediocre pack where I think the Insight is the best choice. Could also see taking the Eviscerator's Insight. This card is also another really solid black common, especially in a world with sneaky snackers if you do end up in blue-black, but we'll just take the DFC here as there's not much going on. Okay. Another chance for an Insight or an utter insignificance if we want to continue blue. Raven Charm and Zealot are both decent as well. I think the Nightmare is probably at its best in, white-black? Generally, because white gives you access to a bunch of energy and a lot of strong ETB creatures, but not necessarily, required. I think I like taking the first Insight over the Thraben Charm for now. There's a Gargoyle for the white-black deck. There's another Charm. There's a Brain Surge, which is good for the blue-black deck. I mean, the Gargoyle is another really good one with Nightmare, for sure. Have I seen much of a white Signa, though, is the thing. Maybe a bit. I don't know, I'm kind of tempted to take the Brain Surge, or even tune the narrative. I think I'm going to take the Surge here. Truths, a blue-black fetch. That is a pretty late Priest of Titania, and then I guess some more filler. I mean, I guess the Truths is good as well if we end up in blue-black. A lot of blue card draw, though. I almost wonder if I'm supposed to take the Landscape instead. Landscape's also good for Brain Surge, as you can put two things back on top and then shuffle them after the fact. Angel coming back is fine, but Consign to Memory is pretty darn good. Love this card. More than just the Eldrazi, you can counter triggered abilities as well. Another Foreboding Landscape, or we could just take a 2-drop. 2-drop Light Thinker is totally reasonable. Insignificance. I guess Muster the Departed in the white-black deck is very good too. Yeah, actually, I don't really care for Insignificance, but if we do end up in white, the Muster is going to be good. Right, a bunch of filler there. Yeah, this is a fine start. Nothing crazy. I don't know if we've seen some like really good signals. It's possible I should be a little bit heavier white than blue right now. I don't really think getting late Mog Mobs and Thriving Skyclaws is any signal of any type. Ooh, an Emperor of Bones. Wow, actually, look at this pack for us. Emperor, Delta, Slith, Grace, Wither, and the Shadow Spinner, too. Emperor of Bones is a mini bomb of sorts. Very cheap creature, turns into a 4/4, gets you some ability, and if you have more ways to add 1/1 counters onto it, it's pretty nice. Are we gonna wheel anything out of this pack? I guess I could see some, or wheeling the Shadow Spinner if nobody else wants blue and black cards. Yeah, Emperor's probably a little bit too good. Emperor of Bones. God, I'm paranoid after I recorded that 2-hour video that didn't have sound. Constantly checking my my microphone. Okay, some good cards here. They're not really for us. I guess the Sentry is decent. The Transmigrant's also fine with Nightmare and the Marauder. The best cards here are like Prison, Annihilation, and Auxiliary. Lightweight tempted to take the Static Prison. Guessing I should just take the synergy card of Sentry or Transmigrant here. I think I'm actually going to take the Transmigrant. It's so good with all the other black cards we already have. I'll take the Sentry this time. Another one I haven't had a chance to play with, but can be, I mean, it's a flip a coin win the game a lot of times, is the Invert Polarity. Is it a Horrific Assault? Demon Inferior's good, or a Contaminated Landscape is fine. I'm a little bit concerned I'm going to jump into blue-black here and then not get any sneaky snackers. I have a feeling I'm supposed to be black-white. And it's not even like my blue is all that amazing, so... If we see some like Obstinate Gargoyles, I should probably start taking those. Though this pack is not very good. There's an Ooze here. Some blue cards that are fine, but not amazing. A bit awkward here. My creature count's pretty low, too. God, why do I want to take the Ooze? A little bit messy, but whatever. Remember, the Eldrazi are cast triggers, so they're not very good with Chthonian Nightmare. Creation of Avacyn to tutor for Chthonian Nightmare slowly is pretty whatever. So I'll take the Angel this time. Damn, very late Wumpus Aberration. Depth Defiler 2. There's that Obstinate Gargoyle. I mean, we'll just take the Defiler. You don't need colorless sources for the Defiler to be good. Trawler's Dees. Hey, we did wheel the Shadow Spinner. Okay, very good, very good, very good. And you know what? It could just be that there weren't any sneaky snackers open because, I mean, that pack had like a Withering Bloom in it as well, right? But it's a pretty big sign on that wheeling, I feel like. So we could just be getting a little bit unlucky on the overall blue-black cards getting opened. Wow, wheeling Path of Annihilation, sick too, but we're locked in now. Hopefully don't have to run Electrozoa. Okay, still have a pack 3 to go. Just need a couple more pieces to really get there, I would say. And that's not one we want to see. Suppression Ray is decent. Visionary's good. Another Vampire's fine. I really do like Suppression Ray. It's like, it's not that bad in our deck since we have Chthonian Nightmare for energy, you know? But I think I just need to take the Visionary for a creature that's also just good with Chthonian Nightmare. There is another really, really nice one for the Nightmare. Marionette Apprentice. That's excellent. There goes a Wombat. No big deal. I feel like I've been drafting blue-black a lot lately. So we get another Depth Defiler. Yeah, take the second Depth Defiler here and wheel probably one of these blue-black lands is good. We already have one. Getting one or two more would not be terrible for the colorless kicker of the Defiler. Our Messenger's good too. Do I want to take the Withering Bloom or do I want to just take the 2/1 flyer? Actually, wow, I didn't even notice. This pack has a bunch of good stuff for us. Messenger, Worm, Slith, Wither, Spike's Fine, Conscription. Reef Worm with Chthonian Nightmare is also incredibly cool, but I'm guessing that this card's going to wheel, right? Yeah, I think I want the Messenger over the Wither. Do we need a third Scurrilous Sentry? Or would I rather just have a second Brain Surge? Do I even want another Brain Surge? I could actually see playing the Power Stone. Just more mana for our Nightmare plus colorless for Defiler. Is that crazy? I might play that. Damn, I think that's the third Path of Annihilation we've seen. Holy smokes. Let's take Grim Servant. A way to tutor the Nightmare is perfect. Sage of the Unknowable doesn't really do much for us, nor does Wavebreaker. Tune is okay. Alright, there's a Conscription and a blue-black land, but let's take the Conscription as another payoff card. There should be a pack with one of the other blue-black landscapes coming back around, right? There it is. All of these are playable, but yeah. Well, no, that makes sense. Yep, take the landscape. And the other conscription, excellent. So how many ways do I have to trigger conscription? Individually, we have insight, analysis, 2 defilers, brain surge, shadow spinner. Oh, plenty of ways. Yeah, that's great. I guess I probably don't need the tune the narrative. I actually think going 17 lands plus 2 DFCs in a deck like this is fine. We want to be making our land drops every turn. Yeah, but not a single sneaky snacker. Huh. Given all of the other cards we picked up, again, I just don't think many were opened in the draft. Kind of weird. Maybe a little bit light on removal, but otherwise I think this deck is decent. The one Marauder is going to have to do some heavy lifting here. Alright, let's submit this and off to round 1. How are we looking? Not bad. Turn 2 Emperor, turn 3 Conscription, away to Trigger. Oh, Marionette as well. We're still running out the Emperor on turn 2 here, though, as it can push in for a ton of damage because they can't really block it early, you know? Domri, sure. The land is good. Let's play the Apprentice pre-combat. They don't block. I'm going to go ahead and sack our token, ping them for 1, and level up our 3/3 to a 6/6. Good stuff. The beats are on, my friend. So immediately fetching, because presumably whatever's on top of their library wasn't what they wanted. Pass. Let's go to combat. Actually, I might need that. Or do we want to just double creature here? So we'll leave up double black, because I can go Vampire plus Transmigrant. Signature Slam in response. So I could pump up again in response, but that wouldn't do anything unless I could make it a 5/5. Alright, I'll just go double creature. Nice, good stuff. Okay. Just a very good curve out for us. Turn 2, Emperor, turn 3, Conscription, turn 4, 2-drop, plus draw 2, trigger. Money. Money, money, money. Okay, the sand looks fine. Yeah, for curve purposes... Well, I'm not going to be playing the Marauder on turn... Well, I have enough other 2-drops that I should just go grab an island here, I guess. Even though we have the Defiler that wants colorless. Good. Your match, and they have the Marauder. Alright, Apprentice down. Shadow Spinner. Oh, so they have a flare in their hand, don't they? They totally do. Whatever the flare of... Is it Malice? Kami, sure. Let's offer the trade for our 3/3. And then get the sentry online here. I don't think I want to just bounce their Kami. Okay. That's a pretty good discard. There's the snacker. Uh-huh. So they can kill my sentry with their flare, I guess. See if they want to let me attack. Or if they're going to sack, kill my sentry now. Looks like they're going to let me get a trigger off. That's good. Ooh, the servant. Very nice. Alright, so we can go grab our Chthonian with that. Yeah, this is block my token and then make me sack my sentry. Yep. Pretty obvious. I guess I could deep analysis first. And if I don't hit a land here, we can just play the Shadow Spinner. Nothing wrong with that. So we don't need to grab the Nightmare right now. Oh, actually. Nah, this is fine. Three mana open? I mean, what if I just bounce their Kami here? This goes well. This is a hit for 12. And this is still a hit for 12. Sure. Alright. So let's go Grim Servant. Go grab our Nightmare. Back our Accursed. Or Marionette. Actually, both are just insane here. Imagine trading a 12/12 with a 1/3. You know what? I guess I could have not sacrificed my token, and that would have forced them to keep their lifelinker if they wanted to live. Maybe this was wrong. Obviously, probably won't matter, but could have done that sequenced a little bit better for sure. It was going to be pretty far ahead no matter what we did, but I think we could have made it better. Okay, 2-0. Ooh. Be great if we had a black source, but we're gonna have to mulligan that down to 6. Wow. Okay, that's crazy. A little bit of variance striking us now. Very unlucky, huh? So how many black sources do we have in this deck? 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 11 black sources in this deck. Okay. 2 hands without either, or any. Good beats. Just mulligan down to the perfect 5. Guess I'm gonna go like this. Well, it's nice to always have the marionette on turn 2. Because I really wouldn't, well... I guess there are... Yeah, that's not the card we need to draw. We need to draw like Deep Analysis or something, but... That card is busted beyond belief. That is just a must-kill immediately. It would be insane to go Shadow Spinner into Conscription, but... If you leave this thing alive, it will just kill you. Alright, well, they're not doing anything over there. They could have a Toxic, or... Vault's pretty good. Marauder wouldn't be terrible here. If they Marauder, I'm going to sacrifice the Apprentice, no problem. Now I get to make a 6/6. Man, I kind of want the Power Stone, oddly. Okay. Wow, I can very nearly just kill them. I guess we're putting on so much pressure, I should just Visionary here instead of Power Stoning. It's great. Conscription token pretty good versus Marauder. They're passing. Do I even need the Demon Fear then? I think I'll just go to combat and assume that they're going to kill my 6/6. Sure, okay. Okay. Yeah, maybe I would have won if I had gone for it. Well, they can't have Toxic anymore. It would need to be Wrath of the Skies. And that is definitely not a Wrath of the Skies. Wow. Good mulligan to 5, but I guess that was more that our opponent wasn't really doing anything there. They had the Guide of Souls, but we had the answer, and the Marauder was not very good versus our 6/6 token creature. Alright, 3-0. Game 4. Good hand. Easy keeper. imagine what I could do with a couple of sneaky snackers, you know? Like Russell Crowe, Cinderella Man. Imagine if I had a steak in me. Too old for you young kids, you know? Alright, we're gonna make them sacrifice that for show. If you can kill a ramp creature on turn 2, you normally want to do that in this format. Oh, that is not what I want to be seeing. Okay, big sexy Eldrazi. There is one good way to combat that, though. Oh, well. I wanted a Grim Insight for Chthonian, but now I'm going to Conscription and attack. The reason I played the land is in case they had a Coatl. But if I get to attack here, we're going to make a 6/6. Excellent. Discard 1 swamp and the Power Stone. Sure. Yeah, the Accursed Marauder is usually fantastic for the versus Eldrazi, right? Since they cannot sacrifice any of their spawn tokens. Oh, speaking of, that's also very good versus the Eldrazi. All right, let's go grab Chthonian. Set ourselves up for a good time. I don't have the mana to counter a triggered ability from an Eldrazi, but I can counter the Eldrazi itself. We need to find our Marionette Master now. Okay, a lot of manually tap here. This could be a Wastegate Battle Mage. A Copy Crook. Okay. So they only get to search for a 1-mana spell here. I'm just gonna let it happen. I guess they're gonna go grab Punch. Yeah, that's fine. Sure. Don't mind. Oh, I don't think they meant to attack with their spawn token there. Okay. So, where are we at? Probably need to get this messenger online first, start drawing extra cards. And then with the spawn tokens, we can sack them to Chthonian for good value that way. I'm committing to taking a bit of damage here. We're really hoping they cast like a Chrysalis or something this turn. That'll do just fine. Alright. Pretty big blowout here. Counter the unsealing, counter the color. And all of a sudden... all of a sudden, my friend, you ain't looking so hot. Alright, so here we go. Let's start off by playing the vampire. Sacrificing it to insight. Wait, no, we don't need to do that. Right. Then we play Chthonian, sacrificing the vampire, getting back our accursed. That's what we do. Just do it again. Your move, friend. Okay. That's pretty good. Let's attack for lethal. Take 3. What do we have that we can do here? We have a lot of different plays. I mean, honestly, I think I want to sacrifice my... Oh, that doesn't make sense, does it? I mean, we would re-trigger it for free. You know what? I guess what I could do here is I could sacrifice the 6/6 after getting back my messenger. Re-trigger. Get another creature, you know? Seems fine. We don't really need to go tall on them. We can go wide. Like a 6/6 and a 3/3 are both lethal here anyways, right? The old wump. Right. I get a free visionary. Those are all amazing. Alright, just dead here any number of ways. Doesn't matter how we do it. GG, they say. GG it was. Back into the top 8. Let's go. Alright, 4-0. Nice. Better than expected, that's for sure. Alright. Nice hand once more. This time we're going to play the messenger on turn 2. Push the damages. You know what they say, don't shoot the messenger. Oh, baby, we've drawn the nightmare naturally. And we already have the apprentice, so things could get out of control quickly. No, they're not supposed to have a snacker here. nice thing about the messenger is that it only requires you to draw a second card for a turn, so triggers nicely off the sentries by itself, whereas a lot of the other cards need to, of course, draw 2 extra cards on your turn or 3 on the opponent's turn. Beam Inferior. Do we want to redraw that? That's fine. Because we can loot into that and then just pitch it away if we want to. Alright, putting a creature in our graveyard for Nightmare is great. What you got? Deep analysis and pass. You love to see it. Okay. So let's get the messenger online. Because we're going to attack and trigger it now. Emperor of Bones is pretty good. So I can discard the Serum Visionary and then get it back with the Nightmare, sacking the newly gained token. Don't need the Marauder. A 5th land, that's a black source. I think we bottom a swamp. Island we would have kept, though. I mean, I guess with Chthonian Nightmare, I should just probably be leaving swamps, too. Why do I feel like I'm going to get Toxic Deluged? Because it always is. Oh, that is not a Toxic Deluge. Okay. That is Desperation. Actually, they would have to Toxic for 5, and they would still lose 4 extra life, so... Marauder. It's not relevant. Down to 10 here. Now we can get snacking. I think I'm just going to Deem Inferior this. Gonna eat their snacker first. Because they can't really insight and they can't really analysis here. That ain't gonna cut it. I assume they're just dead on board. Actually, no, we want to go like this, right? Trigger. Get our... Actually, getting our Dream Drinker Vampire for Menace, 3 damage is also great. Yeah, that's lethal too. Need to do this before I declare attackers, of course. Otherwise, it cannot attack. GG's, okay. It's working. It is working. It is 5-0. Little bit tempted to keep this on the draw, but too greedy. That is better. I want the Power Stone, but it's too slow. We have the turn 1 Transmigrant, and we can sacrifice it to the Insight if need be. And we can also sacrifice it to that too. Debating if I want to sacrifice the Transmigrant to the Insight here. Might still be correct. So I would want to go Shadow Spinner into Grim Servant. I guess I can wait. Go get our Chthonian Nightmare. Pass is sus. Okay. Let's move to combat then. This land plus Sentry is okay to discard. I'm gonna just Gift to the Viper. Revitalizing Repast. Okay. Sure. Cash in then. Oh, we drew the Nightmare. Perfect. Okay. Now we'll just run out the Marauder and start doing Marauder things. We want the Marauder in our graveyard for the Nightmare. They have Emrakul sleeves, I just noticed. I wonder if they have an Emrakul. So I net 1 energy getting back the Marauder the first time. Then when I play Nightmare again, we can get back this Sentry from the graveyard. Nightshade Dryad. Ray as a land. Okay. And an Evolution Witness. That sucks I can't deal with their Evolution Witness here, which means they're gonna get it. They're gonna get back their Tusker or something. Yeah, so let's just go Tutor for Marionette then. The Marionette's what we need to produce multiple creatures for the Nightmare. My concern is that they're going to build up too many non-token creatures before I can get going, and then they're going to play a big one, and I'm not going to be able to make them sacrifice it, you know? Leading off with a rumble. They took a land. That's terrifying. Alright, activate witness. Tusker. Alright, let's go Marionette, make a token. Guess I should attack for 3 first. I don't mind trading my servant for either of these. Get the Nightmare online. I don't want to run into a counter with the Nightmare, so we're just going to run out the Vampire. Because if their play is just going to go for, like, Tusker next turn, we can still kill both of their relevant creatures. They're going to Rumble again. Chrysalis, Strength, 2 land. Okay, well, they lost their red source just now, so they can't Chrysalis. They're still going to grab it. I can be sacking the Servant here if I want to go tutor, like Consign to Memory or something. That might be a safe play. Okay, well, now we're gonna wreck them. Nightmare. Marauder. Sack Transmigrant. Make them sack their Witness or their Color. Nightmare. Get back Marauder. Sack Apprentice this time. Back for 5. Nightmare, sacrifice Vampire, get back Marionette, make a token. Yay. I think sacking the Grim Servant's very reasonable, but since we're pressuring them so much, I'm just going to keep it since it's a 3-2 menace, you know? Nice, yeah. Oh, Nightmare Marauder, a dream come true. Nightmare Marauder Marionette, more specifically. Because you do have to continuously sack creatures, right? Alright, 6-0. Can I get the 7-0 with this thing? Alright, the Arena Matchmaker has paired me up versus a gold opponent. Now, I always tell people that rank does not matter, and it's true, it largely doesn't, but I am terrified that we are going to get absolutely obliterated by some nutty deck now. Our draw here, though, looks kind of incredible. Your match. Yeah, my curve out's great. Kami of Jealous Thirstiness. Let's go ahead and tuck it. Swing for 4, get a double loot. Probably do want to go grab a swamp. Oh, well. Guess I can keep the landscape for our colorless source now. Scurrilous Sentry. They need to discard a spell here, otherwise I can attack into it with Shadow Spinner. Oh, they're gonna let me eat the Insight. That's pretty kind. Wow. Okay. Was not expecting them to block, but I guess they're doing this now before I can get any more value. Oh, I'm gonna play the Conscription, and I'm gonna hope they don't have a Wrath effect, I guess. That chump was maybe a little bit telling. Alright. Easy game. Let us see here. Marionette attack with both? No. Actually, a 4/5 bricks me right now. I'm gonna play out the land and hope they don't have a way to make me discard the Insight from my hand. That is a crazy good sign for us that they're cycling a land there. Nice. All right. We are pretty good to go. Is that better to play pre-combat than just attacking? What could I draw? I actually don't have that much I could draw here. It would have to be specifically Nightmare. Or, no, I haven't drawn a Cursed yet. Let's say I go to combat. What happens? Attack, attack, attack. They bounce, they eat. They take 6, I get to play Insight. Yeah, it's probably fine. Ooh, that's good too. Alright, so that's gonna make a 6/6. Yep, bounce, eat, take 6. Well, take 4, because they're gonna gain 2 back. I don't think I need to Insight my Emperor. I'd rather just, Insight. Ah, very nice. Actually, I want to get rid of the Shadow Spinner, I think. Problem with playing the Snacker is that if they kill it or whatever, it's in their graveyard, but I think that's worth. Corrupted Shapeshifter. 3/3 flyer, sure. Just gotta find our Marauder. Our MVP. Was this just an attack with everything, I guess? We're gonna have to do something to the 9/9. So chump, eat something. Utter insignificance. Okay, so that's gonna take away the drain. Remember, you can't utter insignificance on a creature with a bunch of counters. Five. Let's go messenger and pass. Redraw their 2/3. Bring back our 3/3 from the graveyard. End of turn. That brain surge doesn't matter. Their snacker's gonna enter tapped. Well, not matter in the sense that snacker coming back doesn't do anything, I should say. Ah, that's pretty good. And they have their shadow. Okay, so is it better to brain surge here or transmigrant? Transmigrant comes back as a 3/3. They're effectively at 7, so I think it's better to brain surge, make a 3/3, and then loot away 2 irrelevant cards. Oh, perfect. GG's. Not loot away, shuffle away after. Oh, actually, I don't even want to shuffle them away, do I? I can kick that now and trigger everything else again. Wait, I guess it's 6, isn't it? Nice. Let's go, baby. 7-0 clean. Oof. 7-0, improved to rank number 6. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't think our deck was crazy, but it did have a lot of good synergies. Despite not having any sneaky snackers, we had a lot of other good draw 2 mechanics going on, but of course, Chthonian Nightmare is an MVP, and we got to show off the Marauder versus some of the Eldrazi decks, so that was good. Power Stone, that was probably a deck building error. It never did anything. I never wanted it. Probably could have just used one of the random other cards, but good stuff. 7-0. As always, appreciate y'all hanging out, tuning in. See you back next time. Bye-bye.